Hello and welcome to the Legends of DC's Flashpoint podcast, your guide to everything Flash, especially on the CW, because you need it. I am Phil, and joining me is Tyler.
Hey.
And Zach.
What
up? Alright, so it's the Season 3 mid-season finale, The Present. And
which is a cool title, actually.
Yeah, could that have like a couple different meanings, like present, like Christmas present? It could mean present, like, you know,
time period.
Time, yeah.
So I like this episode. I like that there was the quick, line of dialogue about the paperwork for the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just kind of like, oh yeah, don't forget last week we were fighting aliens.
Well, all the shows referenced about, which I really liked. I was kind of worried they were gonna do they were gonna mention the kind of like what Barry did when he first met Supergirl, because like when he went back during the crossover, it was like, is this where she is? It's like, okay, apparently Cisco knows about her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was wondering if Arrow was gonna reference it, and they did real quick.
So did Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Just a nice little one-liner,
Yeah, they all did. It was all with like one line.
Just nice continuity.
The funny thing is, though, you think we're gonna? Obviously, they had the crossover. So are we gonna get acknowledgement that in this universe that are people gonna be like, so aliens exist? How about that?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, they're like. But I don't know. It might come back up later.
This, they're in the cross. The president says no one will know what you did. I'd be like, why?
Even if people saw the Dominators, they're probably like, there's some ugly metahumans.
Yeah, right.
See, I kind of wish they had done something where it was like the Dominators weren't over the whole world yet.
Mm-hmm. Like
this was their search party, or their first part of the invasion. So it could be more of this was something secretive that we're trying to cover up. So, But whatever. That way you could go with the whole, no one will know what you did. More than, April Fools. There was a bunch of ships that were just projections flying around. New interactive technology.
You know what? One thing I find interesting we get obviously this opening scene, Raiders of the Lost Ark style, where Julian finds the Philosopher's Stone.
Poor Tom Felton. Tom, I got an idea. We want you to be on the Flash. Awesome. What's my part? Well, we want you to be this guy. Okay. And you're searching for the Philosopher's Stone. What? Seriously? Still? Yeah. You're forever tied to that. Damn it.
Bloody hell.
Oh, it'd be funny if you just said, so we're going to call it by the correct name now.
Even for those Americans.
One thing I find funny when they're talking about the legend of the Philosopher's Stone, it's like, it apparently has the ability to, wait for it, create metahuman. And it's like, so apparently it says in ancient Sanskrit the word metahuman.
See, I figure it just the term metahuman in the DC is just very loose for anybody with powers.
Yeah,
right.
If you're not an alien,
saying, the way they made it sound like is that the word itself was in the ancient script, the way they phrased it.
Oh, I know exactly what you said because I had the same thought, but then I'm like, you know what? It probably says something about gifts or power or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it was just the way they scripted it.
Yeah, because I mean, I was never like the term metahuman. I was always like, okay, that's interesting, but yeah, you just whatever. If you're not an alien, you have an ability, and it's not tech. You're a metahuman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, it's better than the enhanced.
Yeah.
DC should start calling the mutants just to piss off Marvel.
No. Oh no, I think Marvel or Fox. Oh, but I don't know if I'm skipping ahead, but why don't we get to some of the good stuff, like Mark Hamill making his yearly appearance,
which was wonderful. But man, what was up with his teeth? I don't think he had false teeth put in,
And they obviously were. You could hear it in his voice. Although it is worth it to hear him do the Joker voice.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get him Earth 3 trickster, trying to be like a Joker, like a Heath Ledger Joker ripoff or whatever.
Which was awesome, and I'm completely for that. I mean, they could have been flat out on the Joker for all I care, and called him the trickster. It's Earth 3. But no, he was awesome, but then it was just sad that he was only there for a little bit.
Like I said, he's probably the busiest man in show business right now.
Yeah, he does have that little thing called Star Wars.
Yeah, I was going to say he's filming some little film, probably.
Yeah, some little indie film, for Disney.
So it's obvious here they're departing from the DC Comics Avatar. Although one thing I'm curious about is how exactly he reaches people. I mean, there is no speed power that really, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Lets you reach human. I wonder if there's any Easter eggs in the Earth 3 scan. I know that I think about it.
Yeah.
I like. Okay, let me ask you a question. How long do you think Jay has been a speedster? Because Jay talks and everything about being a speedster for a long period of time. Because he says, Speed Force legend, myth. I'm like, okay, so the Speed Force whispers Savitar.
He's become like the exposition speedster.
Yeah. I was just kind of thinking.
How'd you know about this? I heard something.
I've only heard legends of Savitar. I didn't like the flashback.
So apparently
when you see.
So is Jay more? I mean, is Barry more powerful than Jay? Because Jay's
not very clear on that.
Because Jay said he never encountered Savitar, but when Barry said he has, he's like, I've only heard. He's really You must have become powerful enough to anger him or whatever.
Okay. So that means that Barry will be more powerful than Jay, because that's the trick here, is that Barry and Savitar fight in the future, but then Savitar showed up now to fight Barry when he's not as powerful.
The thing about there, because obviously they've gone a different way with Savitar, but the idea of making the first speedster is interesting, and I may have noted about this, because if he's the first speedster, depending on, and it seems to imply that he got his powers thousands of years ago. A speedster has been building his ability for thousands of years. Time and space dimensions, that's how it would mean nothing to him. He could jump to everything like it was nothing, and that in a way that does make him a speedster god.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's why he thinks he's a god, because I'm sure he can access the Speed Force in ways other people can't.
I mean, just him when he fights, it's ridiculous. No, I mean,
I'm a little curious how they're going to defeat him.
Somehow just keep him in that box. And so here's my question.
He's in the box. I think it's like a gateway kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I noticed this too. When we met Alchemy, I'm like, is that the same voice as when I went for? I'm like, it is. It's the same. And I can't. You guys, we haven't actually said who that is, but you guys know who that is, right?
It's Tobin Bell. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, it's one of those things where I didn't come up when I looked it up. I'm like, oh, of course, you know his voice.
I love the idea of, hey, let's get people with really horror iconic voices to voice our speedsters. Tony Todd, Tobin Bell.
Both of whom I've seen at cons.
So that's just interesting. I was trying to think this when the box, when they put the Philosopher's Stone in the box and Savitar disappeared the first time, I think. Where did the box come from?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, here, boom. I'm like,
yeah, I'm with you on that. I was like, where, when did we have this?
I'm guessing.
And-
I'm guessing Alchemy had it, but I don't.
Oh, no,
once again, why is there not a camera installed on Barry's chest to help record and see what he's seeing? Because once again, when he got Julian, he could have been like, "Oh, look, see, there's the footage of me and you fighting. Oh, Alchemy's out, taking the mask off. Oh, it's you. Ta-da!"
now Julian would just be like, you faked that footage somehow.
No.
And why was Savitar prepping Cisco to take over, like to be his new alchemy, if Julian hadn't even been defeated yet?
I think
he kind of had. I think he had. I mean, he was in prison.
I think. Yeah.
But you saw Dante before he was even imprisoned.
Well, maybe he planned ahead or something.
Or he just wanted Cisco. He needed Cisco's help to betray Team Flash.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Although, and someone needs to teach Savitar that not do. I like how he's the god of speed, and he slowly moves towards killing Barry and Wally.
Yeah. I mean, unless he was, I don't know.
But what's interesting is that he doesn't kill Jay. I mean, he obviously easily could.
Maybe he doesn't want to. There's a reason why.
Well, he almost did in that alley until Barry put the stone back in the box.
Well, but he first kind of says, "This isn't your fight," almost like. And yeah, he was threatening it, but he was kind of while he was threatening. Obviously, Barry puts him back beforehand, but he's like saying, "This isn't your fight," like giving him a chance not to fight.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just thought it was like, this isn't your fight, so you're going to die a pointless death.
I want to know who the people are who are always with Alchemy in robes that just disappear.
They've never imprisoned the acolytes, or
Yeah,
they could just see like, honey, I'm going to go worship an evil speedster god. Okay, don't forget, we need milk.
Don't you forget that milk.
I did find it interesting, like the whole the box like isn't there, kind of again like Savitar, it exists outside of time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, that was Alchemy had that box. Don't ask me where they got it, but yeah, I think it was Alchemy's box just because it limited Savitar when he could appear, but also maybe when the stone's in that box, Team Flash couldn't track it with those energies.
Yeah, it's like a dimension.
I'm curious to see where they're going to go with Wally, because I mean it's like so obvious. You're like, why do you do it? It's why you do it. It's like it's trying to prove itself, and the only person to realize that is HR.
Oh, HR. He's something. Tony, he's something. Oh, even Savitar calls him Fake Wells.
Yeah, that was interesting. Oh, that scene was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they made it. Was just on one shelf fall. Like
the prophecies.
And then he's like, "Did it work?"
No. One will betray you.
Okay, so it's obvious he's trapped. In my opinion, he's trapped in the Speed Force.
Who?
That's what I think.
Well,
Savitar,
they did.
I think that's...
There was a line when he first or the second time we saw him about needing to be reborn.
He said he's trapped in eternity, and Jay even called it eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is someone playing music?
No.
The hell is that coming from?
Your head. Your head, Julian.
Okay, for some reason.
What's it saying, Zach?
Okay, I hope you edit that out. For some reason, my phone decided to start playing. Edit that out, but my phone decided to start playing music for like no reason.
I don't think we heard it, so.
Oh, good. But but I don't want to hear me talk. That's a bit of a waste of our time. So, anyways, I'll jump right back. Yeah, because I think he's in the Speed Force also because he said you trapped me in eternity, and Jay calls the Speed Force. I think Jay called the eternity, but actually, I think that's worth mentioning too because he's trapped in the Speed Force, if I'm right, and that's where they put the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I know they say it's infinite, but Savitar can run. Infinity is nothing to Savitar.
And can I just say, I mean, does anyone else think it's a horrible mistake to dump like the power source of your villain into like the wellspring of the universe?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
Well,
something that that powers him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, wouldn't it have been better to just like
it's because it's what gave him his power, so it's a link to the Earth. So that's why he can. I mean, they're not. I'm sure they'll make up all the mumbo jumbo eventually of how even if he's not there, he can still do stuff. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he was like Jumanji.
One, I did like how even though obviously Cisco was tempted, it wasn't like a whole freaking. They didn't do like a whole episode of Cisco being corrupted. It was like 5 minutes. Cisco closed the box. No, I missed Dante. No, he's gone. Okay, close.
No.
So isn't it interesting if we go back and watch season 1 and 2? Cisco don't really care about Dante, but now that Dante is dead, it's all about my brother.
Well, yeah, back then there was always time that they could reconcile. Now he's gone, he's gone.
And I wanted to mention this meme that I saw that was hilarious. Go back and watch season 1, how everyone's like, Barry, you need to go back and save your mom. Barry, go save your mom. Barry, it's the right thing to do. Barry goes back and saves his mom. What happens? Flashpoint. Everybody's pissed.
Mm.
He's like, you guys told me to save my mom. And this is what happened.
Although one thing, this is like season 1 because the villain is an evil speaker and Barry's unmasking in front of everyone.
No.
Barry's always unmasked in front of everyone. You can always tell because he always has that same look on his face.
Yeah, right. Well, he does that stupid turn. He's about to unmask. Although it does kind of work with to get Julian to trust him.
I know.
I like how Julian keeps. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I mean, weren't you all just like, "Oh, not again? He's unmasking again."
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I like how Julian's like. He's essentially saying, "It doesn't matter if you do this. I'm still going to be a douche." I kind of like that, though. I kind of like the idea of bringing someone to fold, but he's still a jerk. Like, just because he joins the team doesn't make him a good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's interesting? I just thought of this. Them bringing Julian in, I wonder if he's going to tell him about Flashpoint. He's going to say, and Julian's going to be like, maybe it's because of you, my sisters, blah, blah, blah. And that actually turns him right back to evil. Like, he chooses to join Savitar.
Yeah, but does Julian remember Flashpoint? Because he didn't remember the stuff he was doing as alchemy.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, Savitar speaks to him and saying, listen, Barry's, even if it's not even true, Savitar could be like, Barry's the reason your sister's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think of it. Savitar's like, I'm trying to fix time. Like, I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying he would lie to get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just speculating.
So, do we want to talk about those prophecies Savitar was dropping?
Oh yeah.
Another episode where we see things ahead, and then we gotta guess who's in the grave.
Well, he said one of you will betray the team, which I'm pretty sure it has to be Wells, right?
Or is that going to be another red herring? I mean, I don't know if he's abracadabra, but he's somebody.
He's somebody. Even Savitar called him Fake Wells. I mean, because even if he was from another Earth, shouldn't he be Wells? But he called him Fake Wells.
Yeah, I mean, I know who he. I bet he's not a villain. I bet you anything he's not a villain. He's just somebody. I have no idea who. I'd have to look up DC characters to see who might fit. But I bet you anything. Something.
And one of you will die. That's probably Iris, and one of you will suffer.
Technically, he said one of you will fall, so I don't know if that was on purpose.
Yeah. And one of you will suffer a fate worse than death. I wonder if that's Barry when he disappears. I don't know. So does anyone think he's really going to stab Iris?
I don't know.
Doesn't it follow suit Reverse Flash stabs his mom, Zoom stabs his dad, Savitar stabs Iris. But, like Barry said, just him having the knowledge that's going to happen can prevent it, or it can make it happen.
Yeah, I even noticed.
And Jay said it's one possible future.
Mm-hmm. Well, plus if they go by the comic book, when Reverse Flash killed Iris, she died and went to the 30th century, so... I wonder if it's going to be some weird thing where they think she's dead, but she's not. She's, like, in the future or something.
So, Phil, I read a theory that you are going to probably appreciate. So this goes along with your thinking that Wells is abracadabra. That Savitar's really not even there. It's just part of the technology that he has. That's why Savitar only shows up. Certain people can see him and have effects by him. It's part of the future tech.
So you're saying, well, like he's saying, well, Wells could be anybody, but it's Wells. The whole thing is Wells.
So just a thought, but we'll see. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Savitar just being more of a all-powerful deity-esque kind of thing, where
definitely. I think what they're going to go is Barry's going to keep trying to fix the future, and in doing so, he's going to make all the stuff happen.
He's going to create Savitar.
I don't know why. I feel like Jay's connected to something somehow. I don't know where they're going to go with that, but it wouldn't be interesting if Savitar was behind what Barry saw, and he's making Barry create a future. It's not Iris dying; it's something else. Like, and trying to prevent Iris dying, Barry creates a different future.
Oh, again.
I know, but why? Why, Phil? Are you? Yeah, you're right. This show would never repeat its storyline.
I'm telling you, this is what I want to happen. Okay. All of a sudden, Wally West shows up out of the Speed Force, and it's the Wally West from the original timeline. And Barry grabs him and says, "Wally," and boom, rebirth.
Well, they keep making notes of how Wally is faster than Barry was at the time, and I think that's going to mean something. And in fact, again, he got his power from the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, I think it's how Savitar is going to be reborn.
Either that, or like it's going to be like a crisis thing where instead of Barry sacrificing himself, Wally's going to take his place or something.
So I think it's going to be linked to Savitar's rebirth or something. But if that was the case, then why didn't he use the rival? So I don't know.
Well, I keep wondering if the plan is even going to make sense, like the explanation. We'll just have to see.
And
so is there a reason in the comics why Wally's suit looks like Reverse Flash's suit? Who came first?
I think Reverse Flash came first because Wally wore an exact replica of Barry's costume for a while, and then he got the yellows. I think he made.
So he got the red first. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. It's hard to keep track sometimes. But I mean, I like how straight up. It's obviously the Reverse Flash. It's like, oh, good, let's wear that one.
No, I think they did that to just so it was easy to tell him apart from Barry in the artwork.
I wish they would have done this like more of the silver, Kid Flash look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you and Mark Waid were talking about like the different looks they could have gone with, but yeah, if they would have done more of the silver and red for Kid Flash,
yes,
would have been cool.
Yes, Mark Waid agreed.
Yes.
Name drop.
Hey, I interviewed Mark Waid. I'm going to name drop.
Hey, Zach. Here's a question. Who here on this podcast hasn't interviewed Mark Waid yet?
Hey, I've interviewed pretty good names. So you want to go toe-to-toe with the interviews? I can go toe-to-toe with the interviews.
All right, guys. Put them back in your pants.
We're just
sorry.
Oh, but anyways, so Wally, costume. Yeah. Not a fan of the yellow.
Oh, his
Looks
Christmas
weird.
his Christmas present. They're like, oh, okay, here you go, Kid Flash. He's like, really gonna call me Kid Flash? And Iris is like, yep, I think so.
Probably someone said why, and just holds up a comic book. It says so here. Wouldn't that be fun? I really hope in one of these well, obviously we're getting Mixon Picklick and Supergirl, but I want in one of these shows, I don't know if did Mixon Picklick ever break the fourth wall in the comics?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I want someone who will break the fourth wall in one of these shows. It's not, like something like that, like, you know. They probably never do humbug because people try to, even though he's nothing like Deadpool, they're like, oh, he's making jokes and breaking the fourth wall, he's Deadpool. But we'll see. Anyway, that's diverging. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Oh, yeah, and how about the cheesy whole Caitlyn making it snow thing? Like, isn't that going to turn her evil? Yes, but look how pretty the snow is.
I know, and I'm just like, isn't that going to draw attention? Because I'm sure she's not, like, covering the whole city. She's probably just, like, at most covering the neighborhood.
It was snowing at Barry's apartment.
Oh, yeah, it was. Unless it...
By the way, I love how she has not practiced at all with her powers, and yet she can make it snow.
Hey, we don't know how much she's practiced because she's done some cool stuff with her powers.
We tried to find the villain to cure her powers. Hasn't practiced.
No.
But I will say, I think more of her going evil is more of a psychological thing than it's actually her and her powers.
I really hope.
I think it's more she built up this idea that powers equal Killer Frost, not
fulfilling prophecy kind of thing.
Yes. Now we haven't talked about the whole grandma versus grandma eggnog battle that was going down.
That's important.
I mean that was the main point of this episode was, you know, Joe getting him a lady friend.
Oh yeah, little lady friend.
I'm waiting to meet her daughter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that daughter somebody? Because they keep bringing her up.
She's Savitar.
She's Peekaboo.
Oh, now that would be cool. I was trying to think of who they could tie it back to. Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Unless it's a known character, but we haven't met them yet.
Although, here's one thing. So apparently we don't need Cisco to travel between dimensions anymore.
Why?
They were going back and forth without him.
In what, this episode?
He went to Earth 3, got Jay, came back.
Oh, yeah.
Speedster.
And Jay left with that. Like, it's like, oh, where's Jay? Oh, he left.
Well, I mean, the first time Barry met Supergirl, he wasn't using Cisco's powers.
An accident, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Barry's a speedster and can do it. Like, you know, and Jay's a speedster and can do it.
Well, I see what Zach's saying, though, but in the crossover, they made it seem like Barry needed Cisco to get him the Supergirl. Well, she's a lot further away, so.
Oh, that's true. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I can buy that. But Barry never... Barry jumped dimensions on his own? I forget. Like, before this? He went through breaches, but I don't think he couldn't create and control. Although we find out during the crossover, apparently Cisco can just make gadgets that create breaches. If you ever need to come back to Earth, here's this plot device.
I'm trying to remember. Well, they went to Earth 2. They went to Earth 2 last year, but Barry ran into the speed cannon, so I don't know.
But him and Jay came back through the speed cannon.
Yeah. Yeah.
The speed cannon. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, wait. Did they ever? Oh, yeah. That breach is open, isn't it? Or is it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover.
Let's see.
So Barry and Iris living together now.
I'm worried. Well, we'll see where they go with that because at least it's not them living together and she still doesn't know he's the Flash.
Yeah, I know. But Zach, I'm surprised you didn't bring up a part of the episode.
What did I miss?
did the whole entire episode. There might have been like maybe 2 or 3, but like Iris was wearing some really tight dresses the whole entire episode.
Because I'm known for that in the podcast.
Yeah, that's your thing, man. You didn't know that? we look to you for the fashion of the podcast.
Oh yeah. Unless you mean like wasp fashion as in superhero outfits, then yeah. But I mean, yeah, because that's all I do. Because guys, what I like to do on my podcast is completely objectify the women in the show. Because I get my moral values from the CW. when I have a woman, I make.
I don't know. I just found it weird because they haven't been dressing her like that, and then all of a sudden in this episode, she was like every outfit she wore was like really like super tight. I was like, was it just like Christmas dresses, but I was just like,
no, because that's the most practical outfit to fight crime. Uncomfortable dress. I just want to say that I love the fact that when Julian showed up at the end for the Christmas party, he says "Happy Christmas."
Well, he's British. He doesn't know.
I know.
Oh, you know what would have been awesome? If he went up to HR and said "Happy Christmas, Harry."
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, but he doesn't see him as Wells because remember Wells did that thing so everyone else sees him with the new face, so he probably doesn't recognize him as Wells.
Well, they can kind of let him in on it because obviously if he knows Barry's the Flash, they can tell him.
Yeah,
whatever.
Or Wells can even flash him like he did the rest of them with that Men in Black thing, and he can see his face.
Whoa. Do not want any flashing going on the Flash.
Well, we might want some flashing to a point.
Oh, good times. I like this episode.
It was
even I wasn't even upset with like some of the CG, like with Jay fighting Savitar. I let it slide. I mean, they're doing a lot for a TV budget.
Kind of looking. I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I enjoyed what they were doing. I enjoyed seeing that type of action.
I try to explain it away in my head, just like, if stuff's moving that fast, it might look a little funky.
At least it didn't look ragdoll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the big things I hate. Like sometimes when Barry's doing this thing, it looks so bad when they have Barry do it.
Mm.
But I thought it looked all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was cool with it. I mean, I enjoyed this episode. I love that The Flash every year has a Christmas episode. It's cool.
But Zach, did you see, I guess in related news, when Legends of Tomorrow comes back, it's going to be on Tuesday nights now after The Flash?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to bump up their ratings or something, but yeah, now it's going to be on when they come back after The Flash.
Well, maybe they think because of all the money from the crossover, if they air quotes combine the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's well, that can work. What's after Flash now?
I don't.
Well, one of the reasons is because they did that No Tomorrow show, which was on like every night.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, and then when the shows come back,
that, but I've never seen it.
They're supposed to, iZombie and then Riverdale are supposed to be premiering.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what was on before the Flash. Before iZombie used to be on after the Flash, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they're retooling it. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, I like having the 4 different nights, but whatever, it's cool. Still works.
We'll see how it goes. So anything else from this episode? Before we do our little wrap up, sum up.
See, Savitar got his flashback. Little scene of holding the stone.
How Savitar got his flashback.
Let's see. Flash. Barry took his mask off. Go figure. Might as well just reveal himself to Joe's girlfriend at Christmas.
It's coming.
Wally's gift is the worst Christmas wrapping ever. It's just a box. You open the top.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I know, right?
It would have been great if Wally just would have grabbed his costume, put it on, and ran out the door. She would come back. Where were you? For a run.
You got to remember, we never, ever, ever see anyone in any of these shows actually put on their stuff.
I was just waiting.
No, we did. We saw Reverse Flash shoot the suit from his ring, and he ran into it. Boom. Lawyered.
In other words, for my point. So anyway, okay, so yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I feel like they made them. Let's hope they can keep the momentum going for the crossover, because the crossover was good.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep that going. Keep the show going good. I mean, we'll see where they're going with that. I mean, how they're going to, again, he's an evil speedster, but maybe they can do all right. So we'll see where they go from there. I'm not worried in this episode. We'll see how they answer all the questions and whatever. The only thing I'm worried about is they repeat some past mistakes. That's it. But overall, on this episode, yeah, I'd say I liked it.
Oh yeah, it was good. I think it was a pretty good mid-season finale.
Yeah, I agree. I think it didn't have to end on a cliffhanger. I mean, it's like, once again, like the back half is let's make sure we don't screw up. I mean, I liked season 2. I liked Zoom. I just wish they hadn't got so convoluted with him being fake Jay, then being Zoom. But whatever. Just don't make it like, I don't even care if like Savitar is just Savitar. Like, it's not like it's a specific person.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just is who he is. So
maybe they're gonna do something where like there is someone behind the scenes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What do you think, Phil? What's the end thought?
Well, like I said, the season finale is going to be Iris. Is Iris going to die and defeat Savitar? Who I like Tyler's theory is if Savitar is just like a construct or something, like Wells is using or whatever. All right, so is that all?
I believe so.
Thank you. Owe me a soda.
All right. Well, if you want to get a hold of us, share your thoughts with us. FlashArrowPodcast@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're at Facebook.com/The Flashpoint Podcast and Facebook.com/Legends of DC Pod. On Twitter, at Flashpoint_SMG and at Legends of DC Pod. And Tyler, where can people find you?
People can find me on the Legends of DC Krypton Report portion, where we discuss Supergirl and all things super, and also online at JTY Patrick on Facebook, Instagram, and where else? Gmail, Twitter.
And Zach?
Well, you of course can find me lost in eternity in the Speed Force, but you can also find me on Twitter on WolfSpirit00 or Instant Insanity if you prefer. And you can always find me on Facebook and any of the podcasts that I do for Southgate Media.
And if you want to, if you want me to let you know about Zach's secret fashion blog, you can always email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp. And check out all my other...
The first time Phil has pretended to be me secretly online.
Trust me, no one's stealing your identity.
Well, no. Well, if anyone couldn't, it's definitely not you.
Boys.
Oh, burn. All right, everyone. With that,
you know, I'm the puppet master. I'm the Savitar. You're my alchemy. I speak through Phil.
I'm just gonna go run in the Speed Force. See you guys.
All right. We should have some specials coming up, but we'll be back with the regular shows at the end of January. So until then, hold on tight. We'll be back in a flash.